minimizing charisma, maximizing intelligence, shooting someone in the crotch with a cannonball, thrust, propulsion. It's science-y.
Why you always gotta be blowing my spot up like that? There are my runes. There they are. I'm not mad. Science needs art and art needs science. They both need each other to function properly.
There are ways to figure out what the paper is really saying.
And then I'm ready to get on Twitter and yell at people about doing their own research on...
Oh, hold on there, sports fan.
Kyle Hill, everybody! He's the next generation of science communicator. I'm gonna be too old at a certain point to do those terrible things to my body, and it'll be up to you.
He's got like a lion's mane. This guy's amazing. Kyle Hill.
I'm Boo Rambo.
The universe is indifferent to you. Whether or not you have amazing hair, the universe doesn't care.
How are trees pushing past this pressure limit? Ah! Behold, my balls. Now we're getting somewhere, but I still don't think it's worthy of G.R.R. Martin's suspender.
I'm totally right? Post up photos of my frickin' hair? Is that what you all want? No, you don't, weirdos.
Kyle Hill. Is your last name actually Hemsworth? What's going on?
Our resident Thor lookalike.
I prefer Black Friday Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, you know, if you need a haircut... No, of course not! We're not gonna send sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads to an asteroid. We're gonna nuke it. You don't need Bruce Willis at all. Wrenched. Oh! Headshot! Oh! Kevin, turn on the monitor. Kevin, this transition better work. The blast doors can't. Kevin, turn it on. Kevin, call his agent and have them call my agent.
Kyle Hill, happy birthday. Feliz Navidad.
I'm just a biologist. I don't know how this works. This is how you do science. Can I just grab it? Oh. Laws, correlate.
Hey, Bruce. What's going on, my man? Yeah. Oh, you got me up on the big screen this time. Nice. What's that? A 75 incher? You can afford more. What's that? Where's Rachel? Oh, which one? Katie Holmes, got it. Rach, are you here? Yeah, she's here. Stop yelling at me. Yeah, she's here. Yeah, Rachel's right here. What's that? Yeah, no, I sent to your desk. Where is she? I just put on your desk a economic proposal for you to reduce the overall crime rate and recidivism rate in Gotham City by applying your billions of dollars not to weaponry and suits, but to economic disadvantaged youth programs, that kind of thing. What? Oh, it's more about just the punching? You like punching people? Oh. Well then... No, okay, I don't know where she is. Which one? Maggie Gyllenhaal, one sec. Maggie! What? Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, no, she's dead. Yeah, no, she died. Don't try calling her anymore. What's that? What do you mean? You're using your Bat computer to broadcast me to... Oh. Well, stop searching through my phone. Morgan Freeman doesn't like that. Okay, I love you. Bye. You can still watch, though. Keep me up on the big screen. Thanks. Bye. Bye. Chat. Welcome. Welcome to A Scientist Plays. A game that I've been wanting to get to for a long time. One of my favorite games. I will argue the best Batman game. ARKHAM Knight. I'll get to everyone, all my professors in the chat soon enough. But chat, I've been waiting to play this game for a long time. As you can see, the Kevins have been hard at work. Not only jacking us into the Bat computer, but also making all these fancy graphics. Thank you to the Kevins at the facility. Thank you to Captain Dagon in the chat for today's thumbnail. Chat, I've played this game. I play this game like once a year. I absolutely love this game. And I'm excited to play it with you because I recently timed it all out. And I think we can get at least 5 to 6 to 7 to... If you like it, we're going to keep doing it. But there is so much science in this game. You're going to like it. Professors, That's a bit of a title for an audience, says Crimson Akai. Well, that's because you're not a part of the facility. You only think it's a bit of a title because you don't join us. Where? Here inside the facility, broadcasting wing. Looking at you in the chat. Vote for the skin that we're going to use in today's game. But like I said, I've beaten this game many times. We'll be going through it to 100% if you enjoy it. I'm not going to be getting all the Riddler trophies. That's just going to be boring, but we'll get everything else done. There's so much science that we can get through in this game. I love the Batmobile. Troy Baker has an amazing performance in this game. Kevin Conroy, Tara Strong, Mark Hamill. Come on, there, Bats. Oh, man. Hey there, Bats. That wasn't bad. But I love this game. Everything about it. It looks better than Kill the Justice League, and this game came out 10 years ago. But I hope you'll enjoy this more. We're not hell diving today, so there's not going to be as much pressure on us to. We're going to be chill. We're going to embody the Batman, and we're going to science the crap out of this game. That's what we do here on Science's Plays. But Kyle, what do you mean the facility and Well, Chet, if you're not familiar, our day job here at the facility is to explore, explain, educate, and entertain about everything underneath the stars and beyond. For my day job, I'm an award-winning nuclear zaddy. If you want to check out the main channel, you can learn about everything from Fukushima to One Punch Man's bald head and the physics therein. Next video coming up very soon. We just had a video about why reality is a hallucination. If you want to have an existential crisis, you can check that out right now. But we're also gamers. And so here on Scientist Plays, been playing many, many games now. Almost at 100 streams, I think. But our goal today is not just to play. More importantly, it is to see what we can explain, what we can explore, and what we can learn together. I want no Seans, says I Quit Gaming. All right, get out. I don't know what Seans is, but I don't think I have any of those. Show us some VSM, says Max Torque, some velocity, science, momentum. Yeah. Kyle Hill, the best science YouTuber and gamer, says Knight. I think I'm the only science gamer. I believe I'm the only science gamer on YouTube. There's only one guy on YouTube right now who competes with my hair. And it's the guy you've been seeing all over your YouTube shorts, Pirate Software. His name is Thor. He's got a deep voice, and he's very smart and funny. But other than that, I mean, there's nobody, right? No, I'm not the only scientist YouTuber. There's many, many, many other scientist YouTubers, many other much larger than me, but I'm the only one who streams games and talks about the science of games. Why? Because I'm not a stream coward. Isn't he kind of pretentious? Says Hamstray. Pirate Software? Yeah, I mean, he's got a hell of a lot of life experience, and he's got strong opinions. I like him. He has more views on his channel than I do from YouTube Shorts alone. They've all exploded. And so he gave out a tip. He did something for his YouTube Shorts, which is he didn't actually click the box that says notify all your subscribers. And so he let his shorts organically filter into the algorithm, which in theory you're like, oh, okay, there might be something to that. And so I tried that experiment, and it's the worst performing short I've ever released. Anyway, this has me so hyped. I have my boyfriend watching this with me, and he's ready for some Batman Sciences Viking Queen. Well, then we're going to get straight into it. But of course, I don't want to miss anybody. Chad Stewart, now Facility Gamer, Viking Queen, as you can see. Always, we're going to be trying to science as much as we can in this game. If you have comments, questions, put them in the chickadee chat. and you can show your appreciation for everything that we're doing here and help the Kevins eat by doing what Liz Calvert just did right there. Liz Calvert with the 10. How do magnetic balls work? They're always attracted to each other no matter what, but how don't magnets have a plus or minus side? I'm also excited for the Easter Bunny. Well, Alex, I'm excited for you to be excited for the Easter Bunny. Why does he lay eggs? I can't science that for you, Alex. But why don't magnetic balls have a plus or minus side? So that's going to come down to, Alex, on the actual orientation of the atoms inside of that magnetic thing. So what makes science time? What makes magnetism possible is that all of the atoms in something that's magnetic are aligned the same way. It gets a little bit more complicated than that, but all of the things that make the atoms magnetic are aligned the same way. And so when you align millions and millions and millions and millions of atoms up in the same way, their tiny little magnetism that they always have builds up. So you have millions of little atoms and molecules all facing the same way, and their magnetic field builds up to something that we can see on our scale, on our human size stuff. Most of the time, those atoms inside materials aren't lined up. And so the magnetic fields kind of cancel each other out, and they're not magnetic. And so what I would imagine, I don't actually know how north and south magnets are made. But I would imagine they point the direction of those atoms and molecules stuff in two different directions. But I don't know that for sure. I'm not a magnet wizard. You know what I am a wizard of? Gaming! Let's get into it. Chat, welcome to the facility gaming wing, where I'm not wearing hockey pads. But I am wearing two 75-inch monitors. See what you're saying, what we're playing today. Woohoo! Them's a bat, Kyle, huh? Playing on a PS4 controller today, playing on PC on my two curved 27-inch OLED monitors. Don't forget about the poll, says Zerberus. We haven't started yet. Right now, Batman Beyond suit, which is cool as hell looking, is winning. If you want me to play that, make sure you get it in the poll right now as Batman boots up. The hair sticking out of the bat suit is great, says Inuve. Well, I'd be worried that bad guys would try to pull on it. That would be, that seems like a hazard to me. You look like you wash your hands after taking a shower. What does that even mean? Is that like a Gen Z slight? I haven't even, what? Who's up on that monitor? Yeah, who could say? I don't even know. I'm glad that this game doesn't take a while to... Oop, there we go. Do you need any special software to get a PS4 controller to work on your PC? Nope, I just plug it in. Plug it into the USB and it works perfectly. Apologies to Italians in the chat. Why do people insult Kyle? Well, who said that? Nonoku's a little bit of a weirdo in chat sometimes, but they're harmless. And I don't even know if that's an insult. I mean, your mom did ask me to wash my hands after I got out of the shower, but that was for a different reason. You know what I mean? Why not use the PS5 controller? Didn't you just get one? I did, but the PS5 controller actually doesn't have... you can use it as a Steam touchpad, but then it doesn't recognize it as a PlayStation controller. And so I need all the prompts, like press X, to be accurate, or else it messes with my brain. And so we're going to use that. It's going to get weird for a second. Kevin, could you make the monitor transparent with our new technology for a second? Thank you. Samsung doesn't even know how that works. Let's check the poll right now. Looks like we are going with... Who are we going with? Batman Beyond? Yes, the Batman Beyond suit. It's a cool looking suit, and you get to see his augmented booty. I like playing my bass guitar and watching Space Zaddy. It soothes the soul. Okay. Chat, I've been lingering too long. It's time to say those magic words. Welcome to A Scientist Play. Kevin, get the transition ready. Welcome to A Scientist Plays Batman Arkham Knight. Robert Pattinson's surprisingly good Batman movie. Oh, I think the Batman is awesome. I think the Robert Pattinson movie is awesome. Okay, Chad, as you can see, what we are prioritizing are super science times. Luck above my head, 41 on the last Helldiver stream. That was a lot. Let's get that back down. Let's get that back down to 0. Since this is a new game, chat, make sure, let me know if the music is too loud in relation to me speaking and stuff, etc., etc. Make sure all the levels are correct. Chat, I do also have... I'm going to put subtitles on for you. I'm going to turn hints off because I don't need them. I'm going to bump up that a little bit. And we have an incentive to raise the difficulty. If we raise the difficulty, I'll raise the difficulty and I'll turn off the little indicator on bad guys that tells them when they are going to hit you. Okay, I guess I got to do it that way. Beep, boop, bop, beep, bop. If you haven't seen this game before, the beginning does get a little violent. But then we'll get right back into it. Scientist plays Batman. +1 science time because of magnets? Yep. 100%. So let me get our donation incentive done. I like this one. And then look how cool this guy looks. Look at this suit that is about to appear. Yes! Look how awesome he is. Yeah. That's gonna be cool. Oh, wait. I don't know if I changed the other ones that I want. Oh, I can't do it on this one. Got it. Can't do it on new game. Let's do it. I'm gonna get copyright claim for this. Don't get copyright claim by Frank Sinatra. I can't. Who's gonna copyright strike me? You can't do that. You can't copyright strike me if I'm also singing over what's going on. And my mother is also a famous actress in Hollywood. Then here we go. What you're seeing now is me burning the Joker's body from the last game. He's dead, and he's in the Joker. You know, there's a lot when you cremate people, all of their organic material and moisture is removed, but there's still a lot of stuff, and that's what the ashes represent. You have to get to at least 500 degrees Celsius before all of the volatile organic chemicals get burned off of a corpse, and you'd know that if you worked in a chemistry lab. And once the skin comes, and then you and you find a lot of joints made of titanium after there, and here we... Oh.
This is how it happened.
Oh my god.
This is how the Batman died.
Yeah, so you have to get to about 500 degrees Celsius before all of VOCs or volatile organic chemicals get vaporized.
And then we waited. Gotham braced itself for the inevitable power struggle. But it didn't come. Crime actually fell.
Kyle broke the no-kill rule already. That wasn't me. That was Commissioner Gordian who did that. And he was already dead.
For someone to pull the trigger.
I also have the graphics on high, so you let me know if the stream is buttery smooth. I want this to look good and play good. Like, look how crisp, like, look how much better than Kill the Justice League this looks. Isn't that nuts? Yeah, Liquid Flames, me too. You actually have to press the cremate button there, or else that he just sits there. And it doesn't give you a prompt.
No problem.
She's pretty.
Oh, thanks, honey.
She kind of looks like Poison Ivy's model.
So, what'll it be? Your usual?
Sure.
Okay, chicken salad with no dressing.
No, you know what? Make it waffles. With a side of bacon. Don't tell my wife.
I'm going to tell your wife.
Whatever you say, officer. Oh, and if you want some more coffee, just shout.
Is it buttery, chat? Are we buttery? And how's the volume in relation to the volume of my, in the relation of volume to my voice? Is it good?
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt your dinner, Officer.
Owens.
There's a guy smoking over there in the corner booth. Wait here. I'll have a word.
It's time to bring democracy to Gotham. Yeah, the graphics were way ahead of its time. There's a dozen little things that this game does to make it look as good as it does. Just a note to anybody, there are a couple of jump scares in this game. I'm warning you now. There's one that I can't tell you when it's going to happen because it's random. But there's one right now, just so you know.
Excuse me, sir. There's no smoking in here.
I can't. Just accidentally killing civilians, chat. I don't know my Batman lore. So what's happening right now is that those people were exposed to fear toxin, Scarecrow's fear toxin, and what you were seeing was a hallucination.
This demonstration used just 5 ounces of my latest toxin. Tomorrow, this will seem like child's play. Gotham, this is your only warning.
Now, I have no idea what the fear toxin could actually be, but it's totally plausible you could get a hallucinogen that always induces, like, the worst bad trip you could possibly have. Like, that seems plausible to me. Like, why not? You get different dialogue options with Owens later on if you didn't shoot. I didn't know that.
Scarecrow's threat worked. Yesterday, there were 6.3 million people in Gotham City. Today, not so many.
Chet, there's a reveal of Batman coming up that I absolutely love. It's so good, the reveal of Batman. You don't notice him the first time, but watch, like,
Enjoy the chaos.
I don't know, everything in this game is so well done.
Scum. Criminals.
Another good voice acting performance that goes under the radar, Penguin is played by Nathan Drake in this game.
And worse. Not enough good people left to stop them.
Now watch this reveal, chat. I love this intro. It's so good.
It took just 24 hours for us to lose control of the city. Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all.
So cool. Who you supposed to be? I'm vengeance. All right, so now we're in it, chat. First of all, you may be wondering to yourself, Kyle, how big would Batman's cape actually have to be to do something like this? Well, first of all, the surface area is way too small. We know this, that if you want to glide in any sort of realistic fashion, that you need to have a much larger surface area because it's the surface area that that creates drag. So the drag force is directly proportional to the surface area that you present to the fluid that you are flowing through. So we know this from practical experimentation, that you need, even for like a wingsuit, which you're not really rising up, you're always going down. You need just a lot more surface area. But maybe Batman figured out something to maximize, and this applies to everything that we're talking about, the glide ratio. So when you're talking about a cape like this or any other kind of thing, the glide ratio is what you're trying to maximize. And that is a very simple ratio, one number over another. And that is just how far you can travel horizontally as you descend vertically. So you're always going to descend because of the force of gravity and your lack of lift as your speed decreases. But if you can, you want the game volume turned up just a bit? I can do that. That's max, so we'll have to do it this way. Kevin, make it transparent. Let's go to here. How about that? Okay. So what you're trying to maximize is the horizontal distance over the vertical distance that you travel. And the best gliders will have large glide ratios, greater than 1, or much greater than 1. In the best paper airplane has a very high glide ratio. So yeah, the cape that you see, especially on this costume, would definitely be way, way too small. The normal costume has probably much better glide ratio, but you can get around some of these problems if you're traveling super, super fast. And that's what wingsuits do when they're jumping off of cliffs that are 400 feet tall. You're already going really, really fast by the time you open up your wingsuit. And that could be achieved in this game by the grappling hook or something like that.
What about it?
That guy looks like Batman. Like this.
I'm just glad you made it out okay. Sorry, I've got to go. Stay safe, Barbara.
Would it be possible to increase the surface area of a glider with fuzz or nanotubes? Do you think that would help, says Industrial Arts and Crafts? No. So when I'm talking about surface area, I'm talking about a surface area in 2 dimensions. And so increasing it by adding a dimension, which is, say, making something fuzzy or bumpy or something like that, that would, yes, increase the surface area, and that would increase the drag, right? Something like bumpy rather than something smooth is going to create more drag in the air, but then you're going to need more lift to keep yourself up, right? So you have to find the proper balance between drag and speed and all that kind of thing. How quickly would Batman's arm be ripped off by that grappling hook? If he has like an exosuit on, which it looks like he has, you can put all of that pulling force into the exosuit and not directly into your muscles. So I'm less skeptical of something like that, unless it's a really egregious example. But back to the surface area question, you just have to find the balance, right? For example, science time. The airline industry loses millions of dollars a year in fuel, unless you're Boeing and you lose a lot more, but millions of dollars a year in fuel just because of the increased drag from the layer of bugs that have been smashed on the wing.
You still know how to make an entrance.
How's the evacuation
Dock
going?
workers use exosuits. I've only seen that in South Korea.
An hour ago.
User happen to have you here at 3 a.m.?
She did. Now the real work begins.
Any lead on Scarecrow?
Look how cool I look. Yeah.
We were tracking an unknown military vehicle speeding through Chinatown.
I guess Batman
it's
looks
the
cool
only
too.
lead we've had all night, but they gave us the slip. With the evacuation,
yeah, Dave,
I just
in
don't
this,
have the manpower
this,
left in the city.
this outfit
if you find
extends
it, tell your men not to engage.
a cape.
I'll deal with it.
Do you really think Scarecrow's crazy enough to detonate a chemical weapon in Gotham?
I won't let that happen, Jim.
How does Superman lift an airplane while flying?
In case you need
that
to
all comes
reach me,
down to how he generates
to be a
lift,
long
and that
night.
is an open question. But this was this was what The Boys did, right? That really heart-wrenching, not heart, but like kind of terrible scene in The Boys where Homelander was explaining, like, I can't save a plane. What do you want me to do? If I try to stop it, my hand's just going to press right through it because of the force and the pressure. I'm just going to press right through it. And so, yeah, there's no real way to stop a plane like you see Superman do, or Homelander. And that's what Homelander explained.
All units, we've got a 1033 in Sector 2. Missing patrol car. Unit 247. Suspected officer down.
Hey, Batman. Every damn time.
Oracle, I need the location of Unit 247.
I like to put their faces on my face.
How's my dad doing?
Look.
He's holding up.
Somehow he
Now
always
she's Batgirl again.
Okay, I'm sending through the squad car's location. Be careful.
No, Homelander didn't have empathy. He was explaining why they should just let everyone on the plane die because he can't do anything about it. So, chat, one of the things, if you didn't know, one of the things that made this game divisive to Arkham fans is the Batmobile. They said that they used it too much and they didn't like it. I love the Batmobile. It's badass, it sounds awesome, it drives awesome, it smashes through stuff. I wish you could use it even more. I love the Batmobile. It's badass. And we're about to get it. Right after I check out this... Right after I check out this body. So you don't have to do it later. No, get the car first. Let's get the car first. Hey.
No, please. It's dangerous.
Hey. Hey. Oh yeah! I've never gotten that one before. That was awesome. There is always a glitch right here where you're supposed to bring whatever, you'll see it.
You're safe.
Thanks, Batman. I thought they were gonna...
God, this game is so cool.
The city's overrun. We don't stand a chance.
So the exosuit helps Batman from being ripped apart, but what could possibly help Batman withstand high acceleration and not pass out? Says Al Fan Doom. Well, there's things you can do, and fighter pilots do this. You can wear compression suits. So compression suits that actually make it harder for blood to pool in your feet or pool in your head. So provide outside pressure to counteract that increased weight of blood. What taking high G loads actually does, if you're Batman or a fighter pilot, is make every part of your body heavier, including your blood. And your blood will pool in your feet or go towards your feet and you can pass out, or it can pool towards your head and you can have not a blackout, but a red out, because pilots have reported seeing red as more blood fills their head. So you can have a compression suit, and there's also training that you can do. And you see the Mythbusters do this. I know Adam Savage did this. There's training that you can do, different ways to tense up your muscles and anticipate G-forces that you can withstand much higher G-forces. There's actually a cool video on Reddit just the other day of seeing normal people go into a fighter plane for the first time and like instantly pass out, and then seeing like a 90-year-old World War II pilot get in a plane after 50 years and handle it like it's nothing. If anything, that proves that it's not just biology, it's training that could keep you from passing out. So I hope that answers your question. I think Batman would have all the training in the world and the best compression suit that money could possibly create.
I'll send someone to pick you up.
What are you doing?
Evening the odds. Chat, I can press L1 to even the odds. Hell yeah. Yes. Come on, how do you not get hyped up by that?
Oracle, I need to track that military vehicle.
A squad car has picked up the pursuit. I'm relaying its location now.
What are you talking about, Philly? You're good. What's a Batmobile's tow cable made out of to have the tensile strength to support the weight of a Batmobile when it's hanging by the tow cable, says John Russell with the 5. Yes! Let me think about that.
Golf Oscar 5-6, this is Commissioner
Look how fun this thing is to drive.
It's too dangerous. Sir, we're right here. We can take these bastards.
Yeah, but I have a frickin' tank.
What the? They just fired an RPG at us. Who the hell are these guys? 5-6, pull back down. That's an order.
Yeah.
Batman, deal with this.
5-6 has taken a direct hit from an RPG. They're gone, sir.
Bye-bye.
Please, Batman, you've got to stop them.
Don't worry, Tim.
I don't think I have the... Oh, I do have the... Do I have... I can dodge. Okay, I'm good. I love when it does that.
I need to interrogate the driver and find out what he knows.
What the heck doing here? Stay back.
See, here's the glitch. You're supposed to put him up against something. You're supposed to slam him up against the car. So he's like, ooh, but he never does.
Where's Scarecrow?
Go to hell.
Where is he?
I got nothing to say to you.
This is my favorite. This is my favorite Batman one-liner that I've ever heard. I'll go on record saying that.
Batman.
So keep in mind he's holding his wrist.
Talk, or I'll crush every bone in your body.
Okay, okay. She's working out of a penthouse in Chinatown. I swear that's all I know.
If you're lying, I'll break the other one.
The other one.
I'll break the other one. Wait, what do you mean? Ah!
Oracle, check the chemical analysis I've just uploaded.
Sure. Is this what I think it is?
Scarecrow's new toxin. An uncontaminated sample.
You're not kidding. I'll prepare a full chemical breakdown on the back computer.
He sounds robotic. How dare you talk about Kevin like that?
Nearby. I'm going to pay him a visit.
Let's hope this is the break we've been waiting for.
Sounds incredible. That mission takes a long ass time, so I'm just looking at it.
Gotham belongs to the right people. No way we're giving it back.
I think it's over here.
Screw that. Scarecrow don't scare me.
Alfred, I've discovered a mutilated body. I'm going to try and establish a cause of death.
Is that hologram actually feasible? I don't know what it's projecting from. Like, to make a hologram in 3 dimensions, you usually... So like this...
Was an overdose of pain.
To make a hologram in 3 dimensions like this, you usually need it inside some other medium. Kyle, besides Joker, who is your favorite Batman villain? This is my first super chat, and I'm a huge Batman fan. Thank you for the 5, brother. Best Batman? My favorite Batman villain? I don't know. Mask of the Phantasm? Or the Phantasm?
Killers leading to cardiac arrest. Also, the victim's fingerprints have been burned off with acid.
A rather unsavory demise.
That's not all. It's as though the subject's DNA has been corrupted somehow. There's insufficient information from...
Now, I don't know how that's possible.
Database. I'll have to use the...
Maybe it's AR, like the Apple Vision Pro. Yeah. Maybe we're just seeing what Batman sees through his cowl? His cowl? Smart. Luis Valenzuela being smart in the chat. Now, look at the missing persons database on the left there. So you got like 127,000 people. And you would need, I mean, Batman would need all this data accessible to him. And cross-referencing these kinds of very telltale marks and injuries, I think is pretty plausible.
Scar tissue on the upper arm. I recognize the pattern. 20 years ago, this was a badge of honor among inmates at Blackgate Penitentiary. A small group of racketeers.
What scanner could see through your body like this, though? No idea. See, there's another problem with this, like, Superman style of X-ray vision, right? That's not how X-rays work. So I call X-rays bone shadowers, because what X-rays do is send radiation at your body, and your bones differentially absorb that radiation and they create a shadow. So you're not actually seeing your bones, you're seeing what wasn't absorbed by your bones. So it's kind of like the shadow of your bones. They're bone shadowers. But you are sending radiation through a target into a photo plate or whatever it is, a sensor, on the other side. Right? And so to see through someone like this doesn't make sense with that kind of technology. Now, Science Time, there are other kinds of X-ray technologies like they use in airports, for example. But that's backscatter X-ray. And so it's sending low-level radiation to bounce off the first few millimeters or centimeter or whatever it is of your clothes and skin, and then it reflects off of you, giving you that kind of image shadow, I think. It's not going all the way through you, is how I understand it. And I think that's true. But Batman isn't doing that here. This guy is, I'm looking through this person into their pacemaker.
Remnants of a pacemaker fitted through the right ventricle.
I love your video on that subject, by the way. It says Impavids.
It will help to narrow the search.
Appreciate it. I'm excited for the Batman too. Yeah, me too.
Clear signs of bone deformation on the victim's knee. Joint line sclerosis points to juvenile arthritis, a rare and debilitating condition. Alfred, I've ID'd the victim as Franklin Accardo.
Is catalytic hydrogenation proiotic or aproiotic? Because I forget. Yes.
He was serving a 20-year sentence at Blackgate before being released early on grounds of ill health due to a heart condition. He moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, which is where he was reported missing.
What's unusual is that they didn't go missing in Gotham.
They were brought here and killed. Why? We need to track down whoever did this.
Might I suggest keeping an ear out for any more of that ghastly opera music? It sounds ominously like a calling card.
And it kind of sucks. So if you could stop it from playing, that'd be great. It offends me as a British man. Chat, we're at 15 science times in 45 minutes.
No lines for the Ferris wheel.
That's incredible. Hey, I'm from Arkansas. Well, watch out.
How long do we keep her in there? Until we get the order to gas her.
Do your worst. The boredom is killing me.
Oh, don't worry. You'll get what's coming to you when we're good and...
Now, chat. When we first see Poison Ivy, I'm prepping Chompy on this one in the chat. Moderator Chompy in the chat. When we first see Poison Ivy, I don't want to have to bonk all of you, okay? Because we will. We will bonk all of you. All right? I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say anything more than that. But I'll bonk you. I will.
Why do we have to wait? We can
Bye-bye.
I can't say I'm surprised. You should really review your security.
He's still back for you.
You say that.
I've seen trees with faster reflexes. Something.
Oh, I punched him right in his butt crack. I forgot what... So that's pick them up. Yeah, that's pick them up. Yeah. Forgot some of the buttons.
Well, that's made things a little more interesting.
Sir, it's Batman.
Jay Dawn says, is the plant thirsty?
Were you expecting to
Chat.
find me, Batman?
Chat.
I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Take a look at the chamber. I want you to know the fear that is coming.
Chat.
Listen up, Bat Freak. We're walking out of here.
Chat.
Nice and slow. You try anything stupid, I'll blow her brains out.
Charming. But only one of us is getting out of this cell.
What kind of metal is on Batman's suit? JT, we will get to that. They actually explicitly mention that. We'll get to that in a little bit.
No! No! No!
Chat, I don't want to have to bonk all of you. I'm not going to say it again.
Nothing like a little natural immunity. What are you doing here?
Why did Scarecrow lock you up?
No hello?
Tell me.
And what if I don't want to?
Then I burn every plant in Gotham.
It seems a bit drastic.
It started with a meeting.
What meeting?
I just,
Everyone was there. Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, even poor Harley.
So they spent time on the physics of that they put physics there too, huh? Okay.
Take you out,
Just
and Gotham would be ours.
Yeah, it's interesting that they
over my dead body.
Physics there.
I believe that was the idea. I told him that I wasn't interested in his pathetic human games. And when I came to, I was locked up in that room. It's such a shame that his vile toxin has no effect on me.
Isn't that the same? So I said this at the beginning. Isn't that the same character model as the waitress at the beginning of the game? I think it is.
Nature always wins.
Kyle, talk about natural immunity. I actually have. I
Will
think
we
I have.
ever learn?
I think I actually have 2 episodes on Because Science about Poison Ivy. If you want to search for that, where I actually put on lipstick in one of those episodes. Hey, Ivy.
You're coming with me.
You only had to ask.
Nothing will beat Uma Thurman.
What's wrong?
drones, chat.
Go, go, go! We've got the target, sir. He's cornered.
Yes, but I have a remote-controlled tank.
Don't move. Are you sure it's him? Confirmed. It's Batman.
Yes! Yes!
60mm cannon operational.
Yes!
Fire suppressor engaged.
Look, chat, it's less lethal. It's less lethal, okay?
Unmanned tanks moving to Chinatown. They'll be there any second.
Chat, it's less lethal. Where are they? There's an option to toggle on battle mode, and battle mode, toggling battle mode is so much better than holding it down. But it actually doesn't become an option in the game menu until after you deliver Ivy. Where is she? Oh, there he is. Oops. If you hit, I know the machine gun isn't functional again, but see that isn't effective against them. But if you hit them in the light, that little that light with the machine gun, it still destroys them. Just like that. Chat, it's these. Look, this is less lethal. This is less lethal. It's just like a taser. Tasers don't kill anybody. Mentally Insane says, hi, sane people. Welcome.
We need to leave.
The master of understatement as ever.
Don't show her feet. Come on, devs, don't do that. Oh man.
I need to know where those tanks are coming from.
I'm tracking several transport helicopters moving into the city. There are more on the way.
Activate the Batmobile weapon diagnostics. It's
As much as I love this game, I can't help but laugh at the hoops they jump through to make this car non-lethal. Oh, yeah. So, they make this car non-lethal by if you hit anyone, it gives the impression that there's an electric field around the car that you hit them with and they get shocked out of the way. But yes, of course. This thing, if this is shooting at you... I mean, at least they made everything a drone, right? Oh wait, I don't have to do that. Oh, I do have to do this.
Simulation activated. Weapon energy system diagnostic test online.
Aria? Is that you? How'd you get in here?
Stage 1. Destroy targets to charge up weapon energy and activate missile barrage.
Oh, they're not gonna shoot me.
Missile barrage level 1 ready. Diagnostic stage complete. Stage 2. Charge the missile barrage.
I got two fingers.
4 targets at once.
2 fingers, one on each. Because when you can't toggle battle mode yet, I just like it. Yes.
Diagnostic stage complete. Stage 3. Taking damage depletes weapon energy. Charge up missile barrage to level 2 and
Wait, so when this is
active
happening,
targets.
Batman is just shooting around at holograms like a crazy person? Yeah. Yes. But it's fine. All the good guys are out of the city. Woo!
Simulation complete.
Yeah, Ivy. Yeah, I was just shooting at holograms, Ivy. Don't worry about that. Let's go!
Batman, I'm seeing a transport deploying more tanks at Panessa Studios. I've warned GCPD to pull their
God, I love piloting the Batmobile. It just feels good.
Units. This is Commissioner Gordon. We have numerous hostile tanks
Captain Wrecked, thank you for the 5. Theoretically, could a magneto-hydrodynamic submarine give off enough of an electromagnetic signature to be picked up by MAD sensors? Says thanks. I have no idea. Wait, Captain Wrecked, you're in the facility Discord, right? You'd know better than me, man. I think there's actually a chat. If you want a good reason to join the facility, I think there's actually a couple of nuclear marine engineers inside of the facility as professors. You can always join us and them. Magneto-hydrodynamic submarine drive.
They can resume their patrols.
I don't even know what that is.
Thank God. Let's hope they were the last.
Don't count on it. I need the
Don't
isolation
count on
chamber
it.
prepped at
Don't-
the GCPD
don't
lockup.
count on it.
I'm bringing in Ivy.
I want to give Ivy an IV. This is Roman numeral 4, or IV. I'm bringing in Ivy. Prepping Ivy.
I saw a bunch of Penguin and Harvey boys.
See, like that, you hit a guy and they're like, oh, that's probably fine. Is anyone here a marine biologist? Yes, I am. If there's a whale and you need me to get a golf ball out of its blowhole, I got you. How are you, Kyle? Says Horror House Media. Horror House Media. I'm doing good. Prepping to have a little Easter Sunday at the facility.
What the hell? Focus fire! It's Batman! What is that thing?
Are there any questions that science can't answer? Says Nanoku Enigma. So this kind of goes to the, are there any questions science can't answer? This kind of goes to the Gouldian approach of saying, are there non-overlapping magisteria? Which is to say, are there areas of nature or the universe or something like that that science can't be applied to? I'm more reductionist than I'm more on the reductionist determinist kind of side of things, where I think that most of the stuff in the universe could have other answers, but scientific answers will probably be better ones. But it depends on the questions that you ask, right? So if you ask something very metaphysical, or, you know, what's the best way to be happy? I think there's probably a scientific answer to that question. But practically speaking, it would be too difficult, too hard, take too long to, or be unethical to try to figure that kind of thing out. You know, I'm kind of more on the Sam Harris side that values and ethics can be boiled down at base level to facts about conscious creatures and their well-being or not. So in that way, I think, like, so how could you live a better life or something like that? I think there are ways you could go about doing that. You know, you could talk about the statistics of, you know, underage pregnancy in a country or something like that. And so if you were to enact policies, maybe Bruce Wayne could help, enact policies to lower underage pregnancy rates in a country, you could have some idea that that may raise the happiness level or the socioeconomic status of those people and get to their well-being. So I think there are logical, scientific, statistical ways you can approach beliefs, values, philosophical attitudes. But from a practical standpoint, I don't know if that's really the domain of science most of the time, until the rubber really hits the road and you ask, you know, the hard questions. Many of those hard questions we vote on. But yeah, so while I am open to the idea that there might be some questions that science either could never answer or would have extreme difficulty in answering, or there's even better answers like that philosophy or religion could provide. But I'm 95% in the other camp, where I think there's more that science can probably answer more questions than we think that it can, theoretically. But Chad, I'm way off base now.
I thought we were under attack.
Kyle is Ralgulitarian.
Fear toxin analysis.
It's gonna take a little while longer. Drop by the clock tower when you're ready, and I'll show you what I've got so far.
All right, Chad, I don't
taught you to drive.
Chad, I don't want to bonk any of you. But also...
Scarecrow's gonna break you, Batman.
Honestly, why do you even bother with these meat sacks?
Civil unrest.
Which,
There's a war on the streets. We
which
don't
meat
have the
sacks are you talking
manpower
about?
or the equipment.
Where?
Ivy. Well, that's one less thing to worry about.
Is the isolation chamber ready?
Glad you're putting it to good use.
Is she cold? Yeah, probably.
Oh, good. Another cell.
But I don't care.
You feel safer now that I'm all locked up?
Hey, Batman, don't you think it's kind of weird that all of the stuff that you use to put away criminals comes from one company? It says Wayne right on it. Do you think there's any kid? Why do you always have such access? Okay, I'll stop. Okay, bye-bye.
I've got a solution. You just don't seem to want to hear it. Screw you. Damn bureaucrats. We're on our own.
We can handle it, Jim. What's the latest?
We've got incidents cropping up all over the city. Cash, give us a
Oh,
rundown.
my camera.
All right, let's see.
All right, Chad. These are all the missions that we're going to do
up,
during these
we've
streams
lost
here.
Contact with the fire crew from Station 17. We've got their last known coordinates, but they're not going to survive out there on their own for long.
Yeah, the armor is pretty
And
badass.
there's this. It's a strange one.
They
Body
do
turned up.
they do have the Robert
didn't have
Pattinson
long
armor
to look
in
before
this,
the
and it looks like
evacuation,
Robert
but the
Pattinson. It is pretty
forensics
sweet.
boys seemed freaked out.
And that was a
Real
recent thing.
nasty.
They still updated the game. It was
Also,
cool.
we've had several sightings of the Riddler creeping around the train yard. Knowing that guy, he's got
The Riddler in this game is annoying AF.
Look, I know
I
you're
hate
busy,
his
but
face.
anything you can do to help is going to save
I'm
lives.
so smart.
Don't worry, Jim. I have someone working a lead on Scarecrow. I'll see what I can do.
Good to hear. I've got a skeleton crew searching Gotham South and West.
Leo
I'm
Lopez.
gonna join him when I'm
Are you
done
gonna get
here.
all the Riddler trophies? No, not during these streams. I'll do.
Fernandez, it's Gordon. Give me an update.
Well, I'm not gonna stop him. I'm gonna 100% all the other missions, but I'm not gonna do all the Riddler trophies. It would just be.
Going after
it's not gonna be fun.
Yep,
But what is fun? I do love doing the driving challenges.
Scarecrow gave you the slip. You broke my...
And if you and I'm going to challenge you in chat, because if you haven't gotten bonked looking at Poison Ivy, once we get to Catwoman, I will test your bonkable resolve.
Good evening, Mr. Wayne. I hope the car is performing to your high expectations.
Actually, Lucius,
I don't know about you guys, but whenever I enter GCPD, I always try not to hit anything as a test.
And I'll bring the afterburner function online.
As a test of my bat skills.
You want to thank me, Mr. Wayne? Just try not to.
All right, game options. Now I need to toggle battle mode. Bam. This makes everything way easier, especially when you're in a fight.
I should have some more
Because now, oop, wrong button. I forgot that it changes the button. So you can toggle it on and off, and now it makes it super easy to strafe around. And usually, what I'll do, even when I'm driving, if I have to take a really sharp corner, or I get stuck, like I will actually like just turn around like that, because I'm such a bat boy. You know? You like this? Nice. You'll have to bonk me at Harley? Yeah.
Why, hello there.
Why does every supervillain have to be so
Your most feared nemesis
nemesis, the Riddler.
God, I hate this guy.
Congratulations are in order, for you have arrived early for this, the next generation of my riddles. I'm afraid the full particulars of my plan will have to remain unannounced for the time being, but I see no harm.
The Riddler is
in reporting
weaponized
a
autism,
harmless
chat.
little glimmer of initiative you have shown with a sneak peek, a preview, if you will, of the kind of conundrum I
God's
have in
will.
store.
You all there today, buddy? I prefer Jim Carrey's Riddler. The Crushinator, chat.
Well then, detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground rules
Chad,
for
yeah, me too.
tonight's festivities. Rule the first. What? How did you
Suck it, I'm smarter than you.
very first riddle? Well done. Well done.
Chat, I found that the easiest way for me to get spatially around some of these ones where you have to go like sideways and upside down, I actually tilt my head, and then I have like 100% accuracy then.
Welcome to my racetrack, detective.
I'd love to work on a game like this as Captain Wrecked as a voice actor. Oh yeah. I mean, this is top tier.
Time limit expires.
I mean, this game literally has some of the best voice actors to ever live in it.
Come now, detective. Let's put that
Oh, yeah.
to the test.
Let's go.
Be ready, Dark Knight. There's more to this test than just going vroom, vroom, really fast.
So you'll see me tilt my head when we get to it. I can't help it. But as this gets harder and harder, it's just very satisfying when you get it right.
Can that ramshackle motor handle this?
So how much? So chat, quick while I'm focusing, quick science thing. So what would have to keep? How do you keep yourself against a wall like you just saw? So you have to have some force going in that direction, right? To some downforce to keep you on that wall. John Russell, thank you for the 5, buddy. Could you use gene splicing with a bat to cure deafness? Asking for a friend who will be a supervillain in this game. No idea. The thing. So with gene splicing, what you're doing is cutting out some science time. You're cutting out some part of DNA from a different organism, and then you're using some genetic tools like CRISPR, clustered regularly interspaced short palindromic repeats, and you're using some vector like an inert virus or something like that to inject that sequence of DNA or RNA into some cells. The cells will take that up, transcribe it, create proteins. And those proteins express themselves in whatever way. Say you can make cats glow in the dark or something like that. But I think the bat and deafness thing, just because bats hear good doesn't mean that I'll say it this way. Deafness doesn't mean you just can't hear good or you need to hear more. You know what I mean? It's not like the volume is turned down. It's that you can't hear. That sensory pathway is messed up in some way. It's not, you don't just have the volume turned down on reality. And so by splicing in a gene from an animal that hears good, I think it would be more complicated than that. They just use it because it's canon in Batman, that there's a man bat that tried to splice himself with a bat, you know. But back to this science time. So yeah, you, as people, smarties in the chat are saying, you could use like centrifugal force, which science time is a illusory force, in that it's not applicable in all reference frames. But we don't have to get into that. So if you're going fast enough and you turn that corner sharply enough, yeah, you would be able to stay on that wall like that. for some small amount of time. Now, at this speed, with this car that's probably a couple thousand pounds, if not tens of thousands of pounds, I don't know, you probably have to be going faster, but I do have a frickin' jet engine on the back of my car, which is all to say that it's not implausible. Yeah, Captain Wrecked, exactly, in the chat with deafness. We do have to get into it, damn it. Is this not Scientist Plays? I'm getting into it. Centripetal and centrifugal force, yes. If you want me to get into it, Leo, I guess I can. Hey, I should, since there's so many science times in this game, you know there is a science time emoji. All of the gamers in the chat. If you're a member, you can use it. So it's not implausible. But I wanted to say, there's some cars, and this is one of the myths. I talked to my good friend Adam Savage about one of the myths they always wanted to test on Mythbusters is that F1 cars are engineered in such a way that the downforce of air as they move through the air is so great it keeps the cars on the track, which is to say that the downforce is more than the weight of the car. And you need that when you're going 200 frickin' miles an hour around a curve, you know? But in theory, because of this, you should be able to drive an F1 car at full speed upside down. And Adam told me, I think they were looking at different wind tunnels to test this at, some like NASA wind tunnels and stuff like that. But they never got permission, or they couldn't find it or make the price point work or whatever it was, because F1 cars are millions of dollars, right? You can't just almost, oops, it fell off the ceiling and smashed, and now Discovery Channel owes $2 million to Ferrari or whatever. But yeah, so in theory, an F1 car could drive upside down. So all of this is to say that some of this driving isn't the craziest thing I've ever seen. Magic Poodle, gifting 5 memberships. You are one of my favorite trash pandas. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, we're in the middle of a race. I forgot. Afterburner. Chet, I don't know what afterburner means.
Faster, Dark. Faster.
Does that just mean, I mean, is it after, is the burner something in a car? And then
disabling the afterburner's failsafe.
And then it's after that? Like, I don't know what the word afterburner means, technically.
Is that really as fast as it
What,
goes?
Kyle, you don't know something? Yeah. You ever not know something? Happened to me.
Let's work that
No!
brain of yours.
Sometimes the car, if you played this game, you know sometimes the car is a little slippy slidey, Chet. It's a little slippy slidey. Going real slow right now. All right, this is the hardest one. Give me a second. Actually, the one, the Crushinator is the hardest. Amped with the 10. Appreciate it, buddy. I can't read what you said right now. A science time inside a science time. Let's go. Oh, you darn tootin'. We don't mess around here. You know that. Oh! Little slippy slidey. Turn the head. Oh, see that? What it said on the wall? It said bats can't swim on the wall. Science time. Yes, they can. I've seen it. Oh, too fast! Oh, I really don't want to have to do this race again. I pressed the wrong button. I wanted to press the afterburner, but I pressed the other button. Afterburners apparently injecting more fuel after the jet's turbines are burning or something. Okay, yeah, that's yeah. Okay, so that's something like what I thought. Jaden Booth, you're now a member thanks to the gifted Trash Panda subscription. Afterburners inject oxygen into hot exhaust, thereby igniting the unburnt fuel, says Mark. Thank you.
Did you believe
Captain, shut up, Nigma. Captain Wrecked with the 10. An afterburner is also called a reheat, introducing raw fuel to a jet engine combustion stage that increases thrust output. Some can increase thrust by 50%. Cool. Yeah. So I could definitely see that. If you don't have a, well, no engines are 100% efficient. That's another reason why you can't get, perpetual motion machines. Nothing is 100% efficient. So if there is unburnt or uncombusted fuel in the exhaust and you're burning it after it goes through to burn the rest of it, then yeah, it would increase your thrust. That makes sense.
Designed by me,
Thank you,
the
Chad.
Riddler would be quite so easy.
I did not know that.
Oh, Dark Knight. You sweet, naive sentinel. Of course it wouldn't. Still, thanks to your
Chat, we're almost halfway through the first stream of Batman. If you're enjoying it, Steph, you are so thirsty. I love it. If you're enjoying it and you're a member or not, spam your favorite emoji in the chat. If you're enjoying Batman, little experiment. I know we should be playing Helldivers or something like that, but I know we should be playing Helldivers or something more trendy, but I've been wanting to play and science this game with you for a long time. Devils Never Cry, 3033 with the $2. Appreciate you, mate. How you going? Happy to be here. Happy to have you. Look at all. Yeah, I know. I also have all the expansion missions, but we're not going to do that right now.
The missing fire crew's not safe on these streets. I'll start by checking Dixon.
Yes, how would Edward Nygma create citywide traps and tunnel systems and stuff like that without anyone noticing? That's insanity. That's another like one of the conspiracy theories for 9/11, and let's not get into it, but is that like workers wired all of the buildings to explode without anyone noticing? I submit to you that this is impossible.
Sounds pretty nasty.
Just like it'd be impossible for one loser in a bad green suit to use huge digging equipment throughout a city with 6 million people in it and never be found out. Chat, people hear it when people dig weird tunnels underneath New York City. There's no way. Now, just a second. I'm gonna punch these guys into head trauma. Oh, I can't eject. I don't have the eject function yet. Bye-bye. Too soon, Kyle? It's been over 20 years. Which button is the... There we go. Oh, my face and body. Ugh. One of these guys is Officer Hill, I remember. Not this one.
Batman. God, it's really you.
No, Horror House Media. We don't have to get into it. No, there wasn't.
Our truck was attacked. The rioters.
Angel Zalzar. I was in 8th grade. Yeah, me too.
Taken away. Please,
Chompy, was that a Matt Berry impression right now? It was.
I'll save your crew.
You think people wouldn't notice that in New York City? I want to spoil you so bad. No, don't spoil anybody. I mean, I've played this game many, many times. But if someone hasn't seen it yet, don't spoil them. I also don't know what you're talking about. And I don't care. This bat suit sucks. No, it doesn't. You suck.
Someone killed.
Hey, chat voted on it. You take it up with chat. Don't take it up with me.
Stop them, and I need to investigate the crime scene for clues.
Let me get some useful upgrades here so I can like eject myself and stuff. I don't need armor because I'm way too good. Batmobile weapons. Yes? Is that the one that I want? Which one do I want? Reload speed, yes. And I need the grappling hook upgrade, chat, so I can go faster and farther. This one's also super useful. I just posted a cool afterburner pic on the Discord. It says Captain Wrecked with the $2 who is inside the Discord. Appreciate you being there, mate. It's not Batman. What are you talking about? It's Batman, says Revan. Guys, are you okay? You sound like you're having a little bit of, Is Horizon Zero Dawn still on your game list? Yes. I have been making sure that I haven't actually played through the DLC for Forbidden West yet, so I'm gonna finish that and then we will get into it. He needs a bloody cape to be bloody Batman, says Dave Breen.
Alfred, I found another box.
Are you trying to are you trying to bat-splain to me? Mate? You kidding me? I need to be frozen wild still, says Kyle Bridges. Good luck with the bears. Holy crap. The bears in that expansion are so hard.
The mutilation pattern looks to be identical to the previous murder victim.
Then it appears Gotham does indeed have a serial killer in its midst.
So we talked about
Here I was thinking this evening couldn't get any worse.
So the issue here is that X-rays don't really work in this way, but if it is somehow working in this way, then he is irradiating people when he does this. Like a good amount of radiation. There's a reason why. Well, okay. So that's why when you're getting dental X-rays or X-rays or whatever, the operator goes outside of the room and puts a lead vest on you. It's because lead is super dense, and the more stuff that you have between a target and radiation, the more the radiation will be attenuated. And usually you denote this, science time, by something called the halving thickness. That's the thickness of a material through which only 50% of the radiation will get through. And the denser the material, the smaller the halving thickness. So dirt is one thickness, it's a couple inches, and then concrete is less, steel is less, and then as you get denser and denser to like lead or gold or something like that, the halving thickness gets smaller and smaller. And that's why, to protect parts of your body that they don't want to radiate, that's why you wear lead vests. Now, I should say that dental X-rays, normal X-rays that you get only 1 or 2 times a year are not giving you a dangerous dose. Why the attendants leave the room or wear vests themselves or go behind a window or something is because if the doctors or operators are doing, let's say, 10 X-rays a day, then yes, over time, over a work year, you would get a high dose, a dose that you wouldn't want, right? So it seems the risk is not exactly as you perceive it. The risk to you is very low, but we're being more cautious than we need to. Right? It seems like it's more dangerous when they give you lead and leave the room. But it's because they do so many more than you do. And they're being cautious with you. Just want to put that out there. Science time.
I'm going to scan the body for unique identifiers.
That running out of the room bit is a bit disconcerting. Yeah, but again, they're doing 100 times, 1,000 times more X-rays than you get in a year. Right? Just a second. Just a second, I'm checking something out. Alfred, it appears this is a Ken doll. Where's your stuff? Is it your pinky? No. Which one? Which one are you? Is it your toe? No, which one are you? Wait, it's your ear.
Deformity on the left ear. Looks like a result of minor ear agenesis, a birth defect.
So Batman is a killer after all? Well, keep in mind, Chad, that this is a dead body. So if I needed to use a lot of radiation on this, it'd be fine.
A wedding ring in the lower intestine. The inscription reads Ophelia.
Let's go back to Poison Ivy. I'll feel her. Too much.
The victim had a hip replacement.
That didn't
Scar
even.
tissue hasn't fully
That didn't
healed,
even work.
So it must have been recent.
I'm sorry.
Alfred, the victim's name is Anthony Lund. Hospital records show he suffered with alcoholism, most probably brought on by the breakdown of his marriage. The name on the ring, Ophelia. His ex-wife. He was last seen in
I also have a wedding ring in my intestine for no reason.
Taken from outside the
Hey,
Gothic
I'm not here to judge you.
Significant detail, sir.
So are these words written beside the bodies. Try and find a connection between the two victims I've found, Alfred.
How the F is he going to read an inscription on a ring in an X-ray? Well, I mean, they can see you down to like... They can see you down to like an atomic level in like MRI machines. Okay, that's not true. But they can get your body down to a high resolution. Pick a mission, chat. Where am I going?
I'm heading to the clock tower to see what Oracle's found.
Batman has better tech than your doctor? Yeah. Well, I mean, think about it. That's actually not crazy. I love driving the Batmobile. That's actually not crazy because Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, was a famous surgeon. So Batman would have better medical equipment or training or know-how. What I'm saying is this game is 100% accurate. I can't launch myself yet from the car. I want to.
Got a tank now? Guess we got him scared.
What was that? Who said that? Who said that? Wait, which is the... Oh, that's the button now. Right, got it.
If we don't find something soon, I'm punching you in the face.
Oh, right. You can launch after you get the suit that helps you with the G-force. This is J. Dawn. Yeah, we can talk about that science, too, in a second. It's right here. I know that. Swear to me.
Identity confirmed.
This is cool. Bit off topic, Kyle, but a friend brought up that just because an outcome has a very small chance of occurring doesn't mean that it will, even with an infinite number of trials. Well, yeah, of course not. But that when you're talking about public policy or public health, you can take you're helping more people than you can possibly hurt, right? So even if something has even if there is a chance, and there always is with medical interventions, let's say a new surgery kills 1 out of 1,000 people. Okay. The chance for any one person dying is extremely small. But you could save hundreds of thousands of people with that surgery, or millions of people. In the case of radiation, we do this. Right? There is a small chance that you could get dosed more radiation or have some weird complication, but proton therapy and other particle accelerator therapies and stuff like that have literally saved millions of people's lives. So yes, your friend is right. There is always a risk for medical interventions, but you consider the risk differently when you're applying it to so many people. Right. Are you doing more harm than good? Or are you doing more good than harm? Right? Man, when Bruce Wayne takes off his glasses, he looks a lot like Batman. Huh?
Do I come in the Batcave, start messing with all your stuff?
You've managed to reduce the compound to its core elements.
But there's nothing in there that we can trace.
What if we'd been looking at this?
Oh,
the
he
wrong
does
way?
have LED
Instead of
nipples.
searching for the
Oh,
toxin,
now I can't
what
unsee
if we
that.
focus on the manufacturing process.
Why didn't I see this?
Damn it,
The
Impa.
reaction emits a unique radiation spike.
Run a scan of the city.
Radiation spike, chat. I meant, like, if the universe is truly infinite, would there have to be a copy of you? What? Or if you flip a coin infinitely, would it need to come up heads 1 million times in a row? I'm not totally sure what you're talking about, so I don't know what to say. But I'm talking about the difference between theoretical and practical. So in an infinite universe or infinite number of trials or et cetera, anything extremely unlikely is bound to happen. But in a practical sense, what's the timeline on that? Right. Or what is the actual implications of that, practically speaking? Like, there is a chance that at one point, all of the air molecules in the room that you're in right now will randomly arrange themselves in the corner of the room and you will die. There's a chance that could happen. But the chance is so small due to the random motion of all of the molecules involved that it's going to take longer than the age of the universe for that even to become likely to happen, right? And so practically speaking, you don't worry about those things. You know what I mean? Like, there is a chance that if I drop my glass of wine that I'm going to have later, that it will spontaneously reform itself. But that chance is so it's incomprehensibly small, we don't consider it a real possibility. It's basically zero. And we say basically zero because we're humans with lifetimes.
For this energy signature, it will show where Scarecrow is creating his fear toxin.
Radiation
It'll take a
spike.
few hours to bring the satellites into position.
We don't have enough time. I'll
How could a satellite detect radiation like that? Oh, I'm stupid.
repurpose the antenna at the movie studios.
Bruce, I spoke to Dad.
Don't get into it. Apologies for my poor explanations, but yeah, I like your explanation of practical versus theoretical. That answers my question. Yeah, so when I'm talking about public health, that's what I mean. There is theoretical downside or side effects or harms that come from any successful medical intervention. But practically speaking, if you're trying to help a lot of people and the chances are small, then you do that knowing that some small amount of people will have that bad outcome because you are helping so many more people. We make this decision across our society. The example I always like to use is that 40,000 people a year. Oh, wait. Captain Wrecked with the 5. I've had a talk about the same thing regarding surgery with a medical friend of mine, and he called it a Hippocratic paradox. Is a single life worth the overall result? Yeah. That's hard to say. Unless it's a large public health measure, right? So if you're talking about one person getting an experimental procedure, one person getting one experimental procedure with a, let's say, 10% chance of something going wrong, then for that one person, that's a very different calculation than if you have 10% of 1 million people getting that experimental thing, right? You probably wouldn't give 1 million people an experimental thing with a 10% failure rate, right? But for that one person who's very desperate and they have this rare disease, then 10% might be totally acceptable. So it depends on the numbers, depends on the practicality of the thing. Devils Never Cry with the 5. So many science times, chat. I knew, that's why I wanted to play this game with you. And we're halfway through the stream already. I know Batman's suit protects him, but how tough does it have to be to protect the electronic components in his suit for damage? Oh, I assume they're all like woven in, and it's just mostly wires. Hey, Kyle, I recently took a political class on nuclear politics in the Middle East, and a major talking point was the issue of nuclear weapons proliferation through nuclear power, says Ian. That is a red herring. You cannot produce a nuclear weapon from a nuclear power plant. You can't make a nuclear power plant. You can't go in and press a bunch of buttons and you get a nuclear explosion. That's impossible. And the nuclear material that is used in nuclear power plants as fuel is not weapons grade. You would have to enrich it. So you would already need this. Nuclear power plants don't have weapons grade material, nor can you turn it into a bomb. You could turn it into a dirty bomb, but you could do that with anything radioactive already. What I'm saying is you can't turn a nuclear power plant into a nuclear weapon. That a lot of people were saying that about Chernobyl when Russia took it over. You know, oh, could they make it explode? Well, Russia already has nuclear weapons. They don't need to turn it into a nuclear bomb, and they can't turn it into a nuclear bomb. That's not how reactors work. It's not oriented in the right way. It doesn't have the right mechanism. It doesn't have enriched uranium fuel. You could do that with smoke detectors. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you can do it the other way around. Use a nuclear weapon for a power plant. No, I don't think so. Not enough material. You still need a lot of low-grade uranium to heat up a lot of water. One nuclear weapon has a few, tens of kilograms of nuclear material in it. Not many thousands. But Ian, I didn't see all of your chats. So apologies, but I've gotten this from a couple of people now. The idea of nuclear power plants being a nuclear threat is a red herring. Like I said, it's not even really theoretically an issue. Even the reactors that aren't capable of producing sufficient material for a weapon, the knowledge still spreading and non-secure states gaining access to nuclear weapons technology. Nuclear weapons technology and nuclear reactor technology are completely different. I mean, they both use nuclear material, but those are two different things. It's not like if you took over a nuclear reactor, suddenly you could just flip some switches and start making bombs. It's not the same thing at all. So like I said, it's a red herring. Yes, both have nuclear material in it, but it's not the same issue. That's like saying, Ian, I'll put it this way. That's like saying that, well, you can't have big factory farms because there's so much fertilizer. What if someone takes over the farm and uses all that fertilizer for a big bomb? It's like, well, there's not exactly bomb-making facilities on a farm, and it's not like weapons grade, high explosive. It's fertilizer. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're getting off track. They are different, says Ian, but it's more having access to a research reactor that they could focus on weapon development under the guise of a nuclear bomb. Of nuclear power. But, so those are two different things again. Right? A laboratory that is working on new nuclear reactors or breeder reactors or enrichment is different than what you would have at a large-scale working power plant somewhere. And yes, research labs, military and governmental research labs are heavily protected. Those are different things. But this is my professor's argument, not mine. Would love to talk to you on Patreon DMs. Yeah, sure. Join the facility. Message me, just like any of the other professors do. Totally fine. I mean, look at how much chatting we already get up into. Look at us chatting away in Chat Town chat. Halfway through today's stream, got sidetracked by nuclear energy a little bit, as I'm ought to do. 25 science times through Batman already? Are you kidding me? That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. But to kind of close the loop on that, Jay Dawn in the chat has a good point. A research reactor, a bomb, and a nuclear power plant aren't the same thing, despite them all having radioactive material. And if you wanted to make a bomb, a power plant probably isn't the best way to do so. That's my point. That's kind of my point. Chat, we are 25 science times in. We're already on track to be one of the most sciencey Batman-related videos of all time. Certainly on this channel. Managed to help Liz Calvert with the 5 just says, I just helped the Easter Bunny hide all the eggs. No clue where they all are from. You know, some mammals do lay eggs. Monotremes lay eggs. Science time 26. Chat, I want you to do something for me. I want you to spend the next 90 seconds. Miggy, I appreciate you being here. Your streams hook me in, baby. Devils Never Cry. Shirt off, hair long, gifting 1 membership. Thank you. I appreciate it, you badass. I'm feeling pretty scienced over here. Excuse me. Chat, I want you to take the next 90 seconds. Don't look at my new tattoo. To yeet, excrete, eat anything you need to. I want you to spam your favorite emoji. I will be... Have we gotten the tri-weave yet? That's next. We'll get to Batman suit science. Chat. We'll be back with the second half soon. Captain Wrecked with the 5. Any explosion at a nuclear facility with the intent of opening a vessel and spreading contamination is absolutely a threat vector that the military considers. Yes, but I don't think that's what we're talking about. I think his professor's point is that nuclear power makes it easier for nuclear weapon technology to be advanced, produced, captured, or whatever by a bad actor. Dirty bombs are a separate question. And to answer that, I can tell you that it's not like a nuclear power plant is unprotected. I had to have my background checked for over a year to get into the power plant at Dresden in Illinois. And when I got there, there's a lot of people with guns. Woo! I can't even... Anyway. So, Ian, to kind of, again, close the loop for a third time. Chat. There's a difference between Iran having nuclear power and Iran having nuclear enrichment facilities, which we used a computer virus. Okay, we didn't do it, but we did. Used a computer virus to destroy those centrifuges. I think I'll do a Half-Life history on that. Chat, take the next 90 seconds to yeet, excrete, eat. I'm going to go stretch my butt. Not in that way. Vertically. Not horizontally. I'll be right back with the second half of today's stream. I'll give you something to rock on. I'll be right back. chat. Chat, so you know that if we're gonna continue sciencing the crap out of Batman, then we need to keep our mind sharp. You know, I like to do that with a little thing called connections, where I make groups of 4. If you want to challenge me and other nerds that you know, there we go. Other nerds that you know, you can join the facility. We have a whole we have a whole puzzle section, and you can try. Remember, chat, if I don't get connections while I recalibrate my brain before we jump into the second half of today's streambo, I will gift 5 members to the chat. Let's begin. There we go. And I have this window up over chat. I cannot see what you're saying. I do not care. I'm not going to have you cheat for me. Who am I? Some guy who cheats? Okay, here we go. Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. Something and something in warm winter mittens. Prizes of springs. These are a few of my favorite things. Spots? I forget the song. Tied up with strings. What's that one verse? Or maybe they're trying to trick me. They could easily be trying to trick me. That seems like an easy one. Okay. Things that you put in mason jars. No. This one's a hard one. Like cured meats? Maybe you put cured food and jams and pickles in mason jars? Does that mean smoked stuff? Or like smokes? This one's hard, Chad. I might be gifting you some subby bubbies here. Kettles. I can't even get one thing here. Kettles, cans, stuff you put food in. Gasps? Gasps. It's a weird way to pluralize that. Lines. This one's hard. Just start guessing, Kyle. No. Pickles. Holy smokes. Holy pickles. Holy salt kettles. Damn it. This one is pants, mittens, things you put on your body. Things cats can have. They can have pants. No. I think it's the raindrops and roses and whiskers and kittens and mittens. What's the other frickin' verse? I'm gonna go spots. Damn it! I knew it. Something. And something mittens. What's the other one? Shit. Cans? It's gotta be. What is this? Puffs. Go for it. Damn it! I really don't want to gift any subs to people in the chat. Can't spots? So I did spots and puffs. It's got to be like something cute. It's not pickles. What is that verse? I could look it up, but that'd be cheating. This is getting boring for the chat to look at. I don't know, chat. I don't know. It's not spots? I just did spots? Yeah. Bound up with string? Like bound up with string, tied up with string? What is that second to last frickin' verse? It's not this, it's not this, it's not this. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna get one correct? This has never happened on stream. Kettles! Everybody yelling kettles in the chat, huh? Doesn't matter, I can't see you guys. It's bloody kettles. I don't know. Gotta make good on my word, chat. 1 second. Ridiculous. There you go. 5 gaming memberships. Welcome Inquisitor, Industrial Arts and Crafts, Eyeliner Witch, Donkey, and Roman Moronis Farging Wall. Damn it. Frickin' kettles. I forgot the song. It's like 60 years old. Puffs, puffs, pants, gasp. I was too focused. I was too focused on the song. Damn. Yeah, I'm a science nerd, not a drama kid. I never sang that song. Chat, we're up to 26 science times in the science of Batman, my favorite Batman game. Frickin' kettles. Yeah, I know. Ridiculous. But that was the first time I've ever failed this on stream. So. That took a little bit longer than I wanted it to, chat. So let me just say one thing. Welcome back to A Scientist Plays. Batman Arkham Knight. That timing, Kevin. So good with the music, buddy.
I hate lying to him. He'd kill me if he knew I was still in the city. He still blames himself for this.
We'll stop, Scarecrow.
It's a shame you're in a wheelchair. Okay, see you. Woo! Look at me go.
Jim, we've got a way to find out where Crane's working from.
Thank God. What can I do?
Get your men ready. Soon as we've got a location.
Gnome, welcome.
All right.
Polly's husband. One of our most esteemed members at the facility. Happy to have you here.
Control, this is
No, that wasn't Mary Poppins stuff. That was The Sound of Music. Meccano, welcome. Where am I going? Panessa Studios, right. So how could... Chat. Why aren't you gliding? So chat, how could a satellite detect radiation? Well, that's a silly question, isn't it, chat? That's what satellites do, Science Time. So a satellite detects visible light radiation if it's looking at the ground. It can detect infrared radiation if it's looking at weather patterns, heat systems, that kind of thing. So depending on what is coming out of Panessa Studios here, it is completely feasible that it could be looking for a spike of gamma radiation or something. Just depends what can actually make it through the atmosphere in that area. Liquid Flames with the 5. So if all reality is an illusion, great video, by the way, up on the main channel right now if you guys want to watch it. What are hallucinations? So there's a difference. So when I say reality is a controlled hallucination, again, that's not my word. But when you say it's a hallucination, it differs from an illusion because an illusion implies that your brain is just looking at something and interpreting it wrong, right? She's arcing on my ham until I knight, says Brian O'Connor. Nice. So an illusion is when your brain is getting something about reality wrong. What I'm saying is different. I'm saying that you are not getting reality wrong. Your brain is creating the reality you perceive. So in that sense, it is an hallucination. So take the most famous hallucination, like you see an oasis in the desert, right? Like you literally see, I mean, it's kind of an illusion. It's an illusion of physics, but you see, and then you believe that you see water and palm trees and all this stuff. You are hallucinating that. What I'm saying is that according to this theory, and again, not my words, but what your brain is doing is that for everything. It's an active creation of your brain, that which you perceive. And when I say it's a controlled hallucination, not my words, but when it's a controlled hallucination, there is reality testing done. And that is what the feedback loops are. That's what your senses are doing. So your brain has a mental model. This is called predictive processing. Your brain has a mental model of the world, and your senses calibrate that model as to how good it is at getting you through the world. And when it's wrong, it updates it. When there's some surprise or new information, it updates your brain's mental model. So you're not directly interfacing with reality at all, right? Yeah. So it's a controlled hallucination in that your brain is checking the outside world to calibrate the hallucination. Now, this is different. I mean, you can call all life a dream. I mean, you're living a dream. It's the same thing. When you're sleeping, you can create vivid, completely realistic feeling life experiences in your brain when you're dreaming, but there's no reality testing going on. So it's not controlled. So when you're dreaming, you don't have the reality testing. You don't have, oh, I touched this light and the light doesn't work. That's weird. Or someone does something completely impossible or whatever. And your brain doesn't go, huh, I should update my model. No, because it's dreaming. There isn't the same feedback loop going on. There's some of that. I mean, you realize in dreams sometimes when things are crazy. But when you wake up, what I'm saying is that the only difference is the testing. You're still dreaming through life, but in a more accurate way. I guess, would be a way to put it. Oh, I forgot I didn't have the boost. Keep forgetting that. And this form of perceiving reality conserves calories better than our brain's computing stimuli in real time, says Alafandum. No, exactly, right? So your brain, what would be more efficient? your brain having a mental model that it just updates with sensory information, or taking every single piece of sensory information and then processing it and then perceiving it. You think Bruce pays for all the damages the city sustains? No. I want to hit this again. What is the difference between being awake and dreaming? That your senses are active, that you're moving through the world, you're walking around, you're hearing things, you're seeing things, you're smelling things. Where does reality come in? Right? Once your senses are back online, so to speak, in this view, they are now used to calibrate the mental model that you're using in life. But where does the big switch get flipped between the dream world and the real world? Does that even exist? I know some of you are sometimes worried that you could be dreaming right now. What if there was a dream you were so sure was real and you wouldn't know, and you couldn't wake up from that dream? What would be the difference between the dream world and the real world?
The generator's damaged. I need to bypass it and power the antenna directly.
Hello again, Mr. Wayne.
If you have memories, you have memories and dreams.
Is the power winch ready for deployment?
It's 100% functional.
How do you get? You know that's true. You know you can dream and have memories in your dreams. Isla's dreamy.
Batwing's on its way.
Power winch. You have to do this grapnel boost thing so many times before the thing will come off the screen. It's very annoying. About as dreamy as Brucey Boy's light up nips. Yeah. Does he turn his nipples off, do you think, when he's hiding in the shadows? Yeah, probably. Lucky Falcor in the chat. Good point. Lucky Falcor, I wonder if people with severe schizophrenia are people where the switch between dreaming and awake is broken. No, you're exactly right. The reality testing breaks down. And this happens with, this happens with severe schizophrenic people, people with neurological damage, people who are extremely, to a lesser extent, extremely conspiratorial, paranoid delusions, that kind of thing. Reality testing turns off. And so information that you're getting from the world, from your senses, is no longer calibrating your mental model. And that's why dreaming can get so weird, but that's why schizophrenia is so debilitating, is because you can be told things, you can experience things, and you still have a completely weird, delusional, impossible model happening in your head, and the calibration isn't going on, which is one of the theories. Science time. That's 2 science times. That's one of the ideas of out-of-body experiences, right? What is keeping you feeling like you're behind your eyes? There's something to that, right? So what if upon your death or near death, that part of your brain that makes you feel like you're behind your eyes gets damaged or turned off or disabled in some way, and suddenly you feel as though you are outside your body? This out-of-body experience, in my view, doesn't need a metaphysical explanation if there's a part of your brain and your mind that makes you feel like you're behind your eyes. Do you know what I mean? Now that would be trippy, huh? I feel like I'm getting a little... We're getting a little trippy this episode, chat. Kyle, what was your scariest, creepiest dream ever? Says Zerberus. I have reoccurring... Well, I used to have terrible reoccurring nightmares where I wouldn't even want to go to sleep. But these days I have terrible reoccurring stress mares. Where literally everything that...
She's one of a kind.
So I have reoccurring stress mares where literally everything that could stress you out or be bad happens. So like so my stress mares get so bad where like in the same dream I will lose my luggage at the airport, make the flight, but then the flight has a water crash landing. As I'm trying to get out of the plane, I can feel my teeth crumbling away, my hair's falling out, I have to swim to shore, all of my luggage has been destroyed, and then I have to make it to another location, which happens to be my school, which I'm lost in, which I haven't studied for the test, but the exam is today, and then after I fail that, I'm getting another master's degree for some reason. I have to get to another airport to fly across the planet to another country I've never been to, and then I get on the plane and it's too small, and then there's another water crash landing. All in the same dream, in sequence. Like all in the same coherent experience. And that's like every other night for me. It's pretty cool. I am pulling it. Come on. Come on. Now we gotta back up a little bit so we can do a little boosty boy. Not gonna make it. I made it. Doing that and drive, like, this is so Batman-y, you know what I mean? Thanks for sharing that with us, Kyle. That's, I mean, those are all, I'm just saying, those are all like quote-unquote normal stress nightmare things to experience. Like, being naked or at your own school or you didn't study for a test or your teeth are falling out. But mine, I just have them all at the same time. It's very stressful. That makes me glad that I don't dream, says Rainbow Dash with the Australian $2. You don't have dreams? Is it that you don't dream or you don't remember your dreams? Well, I guess you wouldn't know, huh? We care about you, Kyle. I'm fine. I just have stressful ass dreams. Look how strong this is. Yes. Screw you, Johnny Charisma. Have you had bees come out of your mouth in dreams? No. I've lost my hair to chemotherapy though, and to radiation in dreams. I know that sounds vain, but that is another one that I get where all my hair falls out. Power the big needle.
Oracle, I've restored power to the radio antenna.
Great. I'm connecting now.
Look, it's Batmobile. 30 science times? Alright.
Bruce, you need me out there. We can find Scarecrow faster together.
What you're working on is more important, Tim.
Can wait one night. Let me help.
I've got this under control.
Randy, I'm fine.
Okay. Listen, try checking in once in a while. We're partners, remember?
He just wants to help, you know.
Is the antenna ready?
Yeah, but we're going to need a microwave tower to triangulate Scarecrow's location.
Aaliyah,
I've marked it on your map.
I'm sorry to hear that you suffer with that.
Oracle.
I can't imagine. I literally can't imagine. Wishing you the best, of course, as you always wish me the best, you thirsty, thirsty lady.
You were with two
Oh, I'm gonna bump up the difficulty soon? Oh, man.
It's good to see you again, buddy. Whatever happened to the shark? Beats me.
Rainbow Dash sending $2 because of money. It's your 20th super chat, Rainbow, it says. Thanks for being here, buddy. Prolific member. Oh, Chad, this is when we get the new suit. We can talk about suit science stuff.
Scarecrow's men are guarding the antenna. I need to evaluate the threat and plan my attack.
If that happens, this whole operation falls apart.
5 soldiers.
Do you know how much radiation I'd be putting out to see through all this right now? See through their bones and the walls? Like, this would be bad.
If you ask me, he's paranoid. Probably huffing too much of that gas. I'd like to see you say that to his face. You kidding me? I can't even look at the guy.
So this is a first example of a Predator mission. Predator missions are cool. Ooh, what's that out there? What's that out here? What's out there?
You two, go take a look. The door stays locked. I'm taking no chances. Got it, boss.
This game's so well made. I forget what the crouch button is. We'll find out. It's this one.
Even if the bat does show his face, there's 3 of us. We're all armed. He's fast, but he ain't that fast.
So what I like to do here, I mean, they're not going to come out, but I usually put like a nice just little bit of bat explosive on the back end there. Rainbow Dash with the $10. Is that enough for a difficulty bump where I will go on hard mode and turn off all of the notifications that bad guys are about to hit me, making this game literally twice as hard? Let's see.
3 more soldiers inside. They think they're safe if they stick together.
They're wrong. They're wrong.
Lucius, I've got a hostage situation. 3 gunmen. I need to take them all out before they can react.
Before they can react. Is it ready?
Plates over an MR fluid armor layer. You'll move faster, hit harder, and look scarier while
MR
doing
fluid
so.
magnetic
Send it, Lucius.
resonance?
Already airborne, Mr. Wayne.
The Australian dollars they're not worth enough American dollary dues. I don't know if it's gonna revert to this suit or change suits right now, but we'll find out. Magneto Reological? No, Zella. I don't think that's it. Time to suit up. Hell yeah. I mean, this suit is pretty awesome. Rainbow Dash with another $10. Try then again. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the dollary dues. I do. Rainbow, I'm going to, I'm locking in an opportunity to catch crocodiles this summer. And now I actually have a legitimate reason to practice my Australian accent. Because I'm going to put on a pair of nice short khaki shorts. And you better believe that I'll be doing a Steve Irwin accent. Blake just says, lame. Cool. This suit is awesome.
Well,
I mean, look how...
Wayne, let me walk you through it.
Okay.
The outer and inner layers of the bodysuit are made...
All right. You can see that on screen, right? Okay. Batsuit version 8.03. And then let's do it. Oh, he did it. Let's do it right now. Difficulty. Hard. Predator awareness. Identify armed thugs if they get the drop on him. This will give you a few brief moments to respond before taking damage. Off. I can get shot at any time. And now we're playing on hard mode. Thank you, Rainbow Dash, for the $22. Okay, titanium dipped mesh over a layer of MR fluid-based liquid body armor. I don't know what MR stands for. Designed to withstand up to 6 Gs of acceleration to increase navigational capability. So a tri-weave suit like this, so you see it separated, right? And so this is going to act as a metamaterial. And so a metamaterial makes, augments a material's strengths and weaknesses to make it better as a whole. So it's not a monolithic piece of material. It's not like a big hunk of you know, lead. But together, it gives the material properties that it wouldn't otherwise have. So a very, very basic, and this isn't really a metamaterial, but a very basic example of this would be the alloy that is steel. Okay? So steel is iron with some carbon in it. Hundreds of years ago, thousands of years, I don't know the timeline. I'm not a historian. But many, 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 many years ago, we figured out that if we put a little bit of carbon from like, you know, charcoal and stuff, just put a little bit of carbon into molten iron, when it cools down, you get something much stronger. And that is steel. Magnetorheological fluid, like shocks in cars. Oh, that's an actual thing? Huh? I've never even heard that. Magnetorheological. I've never even seen that phrase. Why don't more people watch you play games? I don't know. Because I have more subs on the other channel. Crimson, you don't have to point that out. Thanks. So metamaterials are many different materials, or a couple different materials combined to do what carbon did for iron, to make it stronger or lighter or more resistant to scratching or damage or those kinds of things. So a tri-weave titanium dipped mesh. So titanium is extremely strong. It's as strong as steel, but it's lighter. So that's good. Mesh is going to be more flexible, right? Mesh is going to be more flexible than a plate, and it's going to have less material in it, so it's probably going to be lighter as well. Now, the MR fluid, I don't actually know what that means. R stands for radius. MR stands for mean radius. No, it doesn't. Okay, so now two of you have said that. I've never even seen that word before. Let me see if I can understand this in 5 seconds and tell you. It's a real thing. Magnetorheological fluid, MR fluid, is a type of smart fluid in a carrier field, usually a type of oil. When subjected to a magnetic field, the fluid greatly increases its apparent viscosity to the point of becoming a viscoelastic solid. It's different from ferrofluid. It's different from ferrofluid. Ferrofluid particles are particularly nanoparticles that are suspended by Brownian motion or the random thermal motion of atoms, as you all know, and generally will not settle under normal conditions. As a result, these two fluids have very different applications. MR fluid particles are primarily on the micrometer scale and too dense for Brownian motion to keep them suspended. Okay, so what this is, so there's magnetic particles in a carrier oil, and when magnetic flux is applied to them, particles form chains in the direction of flux lines. They have low viscosity in the absence of an applied magnetic field, but become quasi-solid with the application of a field. Okay, so what this MR fluid is, magnetorheological fluid, which I didn't even know what the hell that was before, but I think the writers of this game just looked up cool stuff. So it's not like ferrofluid, which has tiny nanoscale particles. Ferrofluid is like the stuff when you have that cool black fluid and you put a magnet near it and it has all those spikes go up. This MR fluid is something different. It's like an oil that has larger particles suspended in it, and when magnetic flux or magnetic field moves through this material, these small particles in the oil align in chains, which adds some structural quality to this fluid, making it almost a solid. Okay? So, what I'm guessing this does, or what I would say it does if I was science advising this game, and I think this is also, something like this is in the movies with the cape. When an applied magnetic field, makes the cape rigid. But what I would guess is that if I was Batman, this thing could be, this is basically, you know how a non-Newtonian fluid acts like a fluid when the force is applied slowly, but acts as a solid when the force is applied quickly. If I was Batman and my suit was like a super crazy technological suit, I would have the suit respond, when it's getting impacted, the suit could respond, on a millisecond time scale to apply a magnetic field in that area to suddenly make what was a fluid and allows you to move easily with the suit into a semi-solid so that it can resist impact, right? So you have something that's fluid becoming a solid under magnetic field application, which could happen very, very quickly, right? Because it can be controlled by electricity. So if you are flying around, if you're encountering a bunch of G-forces all of a sudden, if you're encountering shock, blunt force trauma, I would say the smart suit could then make itself change its material properties by changing the fluid into a semi-solid or viscoelastic solid to withstand impact, to withstand G-forces, giving yourself a rigid suit to be in. And that would make for a hell of a material, right? Could the impact itself induce the electric field? Yeah, no, something, imagine that there's also just like pressure sensitive mechanisms inside of the suit itself. So when the suit encounters X amount of pressure, it immediately applies electricity to create the magnetic field to make that part of the suit semi-solid, right? So I would do it something like that, where you have, like pressure sensitivity hooked up to an electromagnet, which can turn your suit from something that feels good to move around in into like armor. Piezoelectricity is the concept of compressing a material to create electricity, but piezoelectricity, those voltages are usually super, super small, right? So I don't know how much these MR fluids actually need. But yeah, no, J-Dawn, exactly. You get punched in the gut as Batman, well, the suit automatically hardens up and it breaks your hand. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, how cool is that? If that's how this stuff works. So we all learned something a little today, chat.
Of a titanium dip tri-weave. It's between those layers where things get interesting. Wayne Tech MR fluid hard.
Chat. All we had to do is wait for 3 seconds, and he was going to explain all of this to us. Wayne Tech Smart MR fluid hardens in response to impact, creating an opportunity for more effective counterattacks.
In response to impact. With this kind of shock absorption, you'll be able to put more force into your counterattacks.
That's true. I did predict it. Says negative. And see, the cool thing about science is that you can predict things because things follow patterns, theories, laws. So given that they established the MR fluid concept, there was only so many things they could possibly apply it to.
The liquid armor is more flexible.
That's exact. All we had to do was wait 10 more.
And the fibers you're accustomed to as well. You can use that increased maneuverability to take out multiple foes in quick succession. The suit's compatible with the Batmobile's electromagnetic eject mechanism too. You'll fly out of that thing like a bullet from a railgun.
That's completely plausible. If you had a chair, I probably wouldn't want to, run a crazy amount of electricity through my own suit. But if you had a chair, you could definitely make that chair effectively like a bullet from a railgun and eject the seat, you would just need an insane amount of electricity. And a lot of times with technologies, it's not that they are science time. It's not that they are theoretically impossible. It's a lot of times they're practically impossible in that the amount of electricity wouldn't fit in the batteries that we the amount of electricity that you need wouldn't be able to fit inside of a small, relatively small Batmobile kind of thing, you know?
Speaking of which, the new grapple launcher will pull you skyward just as fast. Don't worry, Mr. Wayne. That suit can take the G's.
Batman's got a nice butt.
How's it feel, Mr. Wayne? I've activated the AR training program should you want to run diagnostics or just break it in.
All right, so now we're gonna keep this suit on for a little while just because we went through so much science. Wonder who would win, Batman or Iron Man? Well, Iron Man's fine with killing people, and his suit has lasers and rockets. But then, of course, you know, the old trope, but Batman is Batman, and he would have planned for Iron Man, and he would have had a plan to take down... Hey, chat, remember at the start of the stream where I had to sing over a Frank Sinatra song so I could make money? You're right, but he doesn't have light-up nipples. That is true. That is strictly worse. That is strictly a worse design. Not as bad as Batman v Superman. Well, the problem with Superman has always been that he's too strong. I mean, I did a video on this on Because Science when that movie came out. It said like 10 ways Superman could beat Batman instantly, but he won't. That's the problem with Superman, is that he can, I mean, if he can move faster than you can see and he's infinitely strong, he could literally just run up to you, grab a hold of your wrist and just hold you there for 3 days until you die of thirst. Superman could just grab you by the shirt collar and just slowly ascend up into space. Pretty hard to fight that.
Simulation activated.
What am I doing? Oh yeah, the bat eject mechanism. Chat, how good does this game look right now? Looks so good. Are you learning something today, chat, with me? If this game looks good, if I look good right now, I want you to spam an emoji in the chat. I don't even care what it is. I don't even care what emoji it is, chat. Simulation complete. Oh yeah, look at all those. Oh, look at those emojis. Look at those emojis. Hell yeah. This is actually my favorite. This multi-fear takedown. It's the coolest thing you do in the game, pretty much.
Simulation activated.
Look at all those emojis. I do like the Bob Ross Kyle emoji. It is fun. But not as fun as this. Like, this is just so... It's so cinematic when you do it. It's so cool. And look at, like, just, like... Look at the rain on my cape. Like, look at that. Look how good that looks. Look how good that looks. Specifically the lower left-hand part of your screen. Look how good that looks. Eh. Well, what are you talking about? It's cinematic. says Dynamo. Ban that man. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I pressed the wrong button twice. Thanks for being here, Mental Shatter. I was looking at the chat. It highlights them, but yeah, take them down. Thank you. It's cinematic. Butt is too cute for Batman? What are you talking about? He's a playboy billionaire with all the money in the world. He works out. Oh, it's so cool. That gun, the firing of the gun as he's being taken down. Actually, I wonder if the makers of the Batman, the latest one, saw that, because my favorite scene in that movie is when it's completely dark except for the gunfire, and when he takes out that guy and the gun goes all the way around in 180 degrees, and it's that dark hallway scene. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. This one's annoying, I remember. But I think I just go here? Batman is the best climber in the world. So strong. It's crazy. Don't mind me. You can't see my ears from here, right? Yep. Yep. So cool. Batman had a Brazilian butt lift? Yeah, maybe. Are you bat butt shaming him? This game is really cool. Not sure if it'll run on my machine. Well, my machine isn't particularly powerful. Oh, I keep pressing. I forget. This is the throw counter one. Yeet. Yeet. Oh, I have to actually. I can't be holding it. Got it. Hit. Oh, my face. Oh my. Oh my. Oh, jeez. I'm Brazilian and I haven't had a butt lift, says Fausto. It's weird. I thought that all Brazilians had that. Are you telling me that not all Brazilians have had their butt extended upwards the y-axis? Force is equal to ass times acceleration. Woo! Don't you know it? Hey.
Everybody stay sharp.
Where's the other guy? Oh. Hey. Chat, how are we doing? We doing good? We learn anything today?
I hope Batman makes a move. We're ready.
Oh, my legs and body! Ah, you killed me even though I'm just a hologram. I cut in half. I have a family and a brother. Ah.
Three gunmen, one hostage. Time to put this suit to the test. The new suit is faster.
Hit! Shit! Ah, you broke my shoulder in 10 places. Ah, I thought you didn't.
Man, they said you were quick, but I never saw anyone take down three-armed guys like that. Unbelievable.
You're safe now. I'll send someone to pick you up.
Thank you.
I just finished watching your Half-Life 2 playthrough on the gaming channel. I learned a lot today, says Teague. Appreciate that, Teague. Yeah, that was... I love Half-Life 2 is one of the best games ever made. Lots of science in those games. Oh, do you see how stressed out I was at the end of episode 2?
Oracle, I've attached the uplink to the microwave tower.
Perfect. I made an anonymous call to GCPD. They're gonna send someone to pick up the hostage.
Steph, are you still being?
Come on, connect.
I could.
The suit, by the way.
I could take down one 3-armed guy.
Both towers are fully online.
Time to find Scarecrow.
That is not what I thought you said in the chat, Steph. I read I could take on 3 guys. It's like, Steph, girl, you gotta reel it in a little bit. My bad, I misread it.
I need to use both antennas to identify the micro and radio wave frequencies across Gotham. If I can find both frequencies at the same location, I'll know where Scarecrow is meant.
Okay. So point of clarification here. So he is saying that if there's micro and radio signals that he's trying to triangulate, then him saying there's a radiation signature when you create this chemical is totally accurate. That's still radiation. But when I was saying like gamma radiation or alpha and beta radiation, I was assuming it meant from a radioactive source. So that's not the case. It's giving off radio and microwave, and that still is radiation. So just a point of clarification there. It wasn't, cobalt or something like that.
Manufacturing his toxin.
But they still give it the radioactive symbol that would, whatever, doesn't matter.
The radio and microwave frequencies point to Ace Chemicals. That's where Scarecrow's producing the toxin. Jim, I've traced the fear toxin to Ace Chemicals. That's where we'll find Scarecrow.
That wasn't triangulation. That wasn't triangulation, right? That was just... So, it made a triangle, but that's not what you need. At least 3 to locate it in 2 dimensions, right? Yeah, triangulation requires 3 points. It itself isn't the 3rd point, right? Because then couldn't it be closer or further away? Or up or down? Right? Or am I crazy? Do you only need 2 points to triangulate a signal? The 3rd point is the point. Am I crazy? Yeah, I am. You 100% need 3? Are you sure about that? Because I'm seeing that you make a triangle with 2, which does make sense, right? Let me see an application of like a cell tower signal. Do you need 3? Yeah, I guess you do, right? You would need a 3rd chat. You would need a 3rd point because then you wouldn't be able to tell with those 2 with circles going out in all directions from 2 points. You wouldn't be able to tell once those 2 circles on the outside meet how close or far away it is from you, because those circles would meet at multiple points across distance, and you would need the 3rd signal to determine that distance, right? But yeah, right? Wait, but if shit. But if this 3rd point is already... Oh, I see. I think. This is confusing me. Because the third point that you usually... So if you're talking about like triangulating a cell phone in between cell phone towers, you would need 3 points, right? But this signal at Ace Chemicals was giving off its own signal, its own radially dispersed signal, right? And then wouldn't that be able to function as the third tower, so to speak? Am I crazy right now? Do I not know what triangulation is? You know what I mean? I'm looking at like this. Because, so he was biangulating? I'm sorry this is so boring, chat, but I'm just trying to get my... Because terms matter. Is he the third point? No. He would...
I've had a team there ever since the evacuation started, just like you asked.
Crane must have bought them off. Or worse.
I'm in the area. I'll round up my guys and head over.
Hold off until I get there, Jim. I'm on my way.
Because if the third point is the third... Triangulation by radio signal is based on the distance from the tower. Do you know what I'm trying to... Do you know what I'm trying to get at, chat? We don't... I don't want... we could Google... I don't want to. Let's go. We'll figure it out. Because what's throwing me off is that he wasn't using 3 different sources to locate an object. One of those sources was the object. Now, because that source gave off radiation itself, does that allow you to do triangulation in the same way? That's what I'm getting at. If the signal goes out in a sphere like a cell signal, you would need 3 points to triangulate its source, 4th if you wanted height. The Batarang was the 3rd point. Was it? No, but I was only controlling those 2 sources to look at the thing. So that's what it was implying to me. Because one was the tower that I had to power up with the car. The 3rd point was the friends we made along the way. Okay. Okay, chat. I see where we're going. Maybe we finish off this part of the story mission because it's the next big step in the story. You need 2 receivers to locate a source with 3 or more accuracy is improved, says Mr. Death Donkey. So you can use 2.
No chance.
Oh, they're all fine. They're fine, Chad. They're definitely fine. Superhero landing. Oh, my knees.
Any word from inside?
Nothing. We think there's a skeleton crew left in there, but they're not responding and the facility's locked down.
If they're still alive, I'll find them. They should be able to tell us what Scarecrow's up to.
Look how good this game looks.
What the hell?
Stubborn Clump back in the chat from our Hell Diver sessions. Happy to have you here.
Come on, let's go! Come on, move! 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 Take cover!
So cool.
Time to die, old man.
In death, he has nothing left to fear. Keep him away from Ace Chemicals. Your vengeance will come.
Chad, are we still talking about biangulation versus triangulation?
Tonight.
I think what we did was biangulate. I think we biangulated. Ah, run away! I'm going in there.
Friend of yours?
Stay here, and I'll go find out.
Good one, Chompy.
First, I need to investigate the compound.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Batman. That was indeed biangulation. Yeah.
Oracle, whoever this guy is, he's assembled an army. I need a name.
All right. We've got something here from a black ops team operating in Venezuela. They discovered a hidden training facility.
Is there such a thing as fear toxin in real life? Yeah.
There's nothing but speculation on their commander, though. The only thing sources agree on is his name. The ARKHAM Knight.
Saliva. Sativa. Salvia.
The ARKHAM Knight. Hack into their comms. I need to know what they're planning.
It's still triangulation because it's two antennas and a source. That's 3 points. Well, then what is triangulation?
Track down Scarecrow and locate his bomb. I need to find them.
Each worker will be carrying a unique ID chip.
Sorry, Chad. I don't know sorry, Chad. I don't know drug words as easily as you do. Interesting that you know that so easily.
Chanel records. I'll be able to track them.
There's a security terminal in a booth near your location. Try there.
There are 5 soldiers, each one armed and dangerous. Before I can access that terminal,
what does saliva do to a person? It digests them slowly.
Scarecrow tells me the reaction is nearly complete. Final evacuation of this facility will begin in T-minus 30 minutes.
So it started.
That are the bad guys.
This is the part I love. Taking people by surprise. Choppers coming over the horizon, blowing the crap out of the target. How come you're not on one of the choppers then? I ate something bad the other night. Some damn rations. Still don't feel too hot. That sucks. Yeah, biggest operation ever, and I'm stuck in the rain outside a damn chemical plant.
It's Batman with a less deep voice. Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Operation said Batman could be heading this way. Maybe we can have some fun and be the ones who kill him.
Wait. They're gonna show up to this guy for sure. Yeet. Or not. That was a cool move. Do you like being the Batman? It says honey. I do. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Easily. Doble takedown, please.
Oh, my face and hands. Oh.
It's safe to access the terminal. Let's see if Oracle was right. Data connection active. Data decrypting.
It's a new source for the security protocols. It's no Solid Snake, but that's cool. Hostages.
Oracle, I've got the ID
Oracle.
codes. If I reach a high vantage point, I can use the bat scanner to locate the workers.
Okay, I've marked the tallest structure in the area on your map. Try not to fall.
Lalilule low. Nanomachines. Triangulating by angle only requires 2 points and 2 angles. Triangulating by distance requires 3 points and the distance from your location to them. Triangulating by angle only requires 2 points. Triangulating by distance. So that's what I said. I knew that off the top. I knew that just from intuitiveness. That you would need for radiating sources like that, spherical radiating signals, you would need a third signal to determine distance because those circles on interaction with each other could touch at many different points, right? But you could triangulate by angle to give you, what Batman would do, I guess, would be, would be, you just triangulate by angle to get the angle of the source, and even though you don't have the accurate distance without a third point, the only thing between you and the ocean is Ace Chemicals. So you just, with the power of deduction, being the world's greatest detective, is like, oh, well, the only thing at that angle is Ace Chemicals. Oh, science time. Oh. Yes, Batman was right. I was wrong. Fine.
This is perfect. I can release the bat scanner and search for the workers.
It's a hell of a throw.
I've managed to intercept some radio traffic between Scarecrow and this ARKHAM KNIGHT.
Hell of a throw.
Relaying it to you now.
I had him in my sights. I could have ended it right there.
We have not broken him yet.
We have not broken him yet. So the voice of Scarecrow is the voice of that guy from that show that Arya likes, Fringe. The scientist with the squinty eyes from Fringe is the Scarecrow.
Your revenge is at hand.
Yeah.
This is his last night.
I'll make sure of it.
Any idea who the ARKHAM KNIGHT is? Sounds like the two of you might have some history.
Yeah, what gives you
a lot of enemies.
What gives you that idea? Where you at? Where's the last guy at? He's in here, right? No. Where is he? He's down here? He's down here. He's like down here. He's like up here. He's like down here. He's like over here. He's in there. He's over here. Yep. Precisely.
It worked. There are 5 ID markers showing up within the facility.
If I had Bruce Wayne's money, I'd buy radioactive LED nipples and a Brazilian butt lift. Okay, Steph, I think the Chardonnay has gotten the better of you today. You're throwing me off. I'm gonna go punch some ninjas after I punch these guys. No, I'm gonna punch these ninjas. Punch a ninja! I hit the button. Oh, right. Chat, remember, I'm on hard mode now. You think you can get me with hard mode? Nope. Because I'm Batman. My patella! Ninjas! Damn it! So I think this is actually, I'm fighting them before the little cutscene that tells you how to dodge blades. So I don't think they're actually gonna try to slice me up if I do that, if I do this fight first, which is interesting. Speedrun. Come here. I'm Batman. Wrong way. Dun, dun, dun. I know, that rocked. Isn't it cool?
Are you seeing the spike on the internal router? Eh, don't worry, it's nothing. Just a glitch.
Yeah, just like this is a glitch. Ah! Batman. Batman.
Batman. They've killed one of the workers.
Damn it. We've got to stop them. Listen, I've managed to hack into the militia comms network.
This game is so good,
You'll be
chat.
able to listen in on any channel-wide broadcast from now on.
Metal Gear Solid 5 run.
Thanks,
Metal Gear Solid
Oracle.
5.
I found a way to get the Batmobile into the compound. They'll pay for this.
I'm not going to say Metal Gear Solid 5 sucks. Its mechanics and gameplay, its visual style, its fluidity of stealth mechanics, even its voice actors are all very, very good. The story is stupid, incoherent, and needlessly misogynistic and sexist. I cannot I do not give Hideo Kojima the benefit of the doubt. I think he's overrated. I do not give a game. I cannot call a game great or a masterpiece if you also have to say, but ignore the story. It sucks, and a couple of the characters are needlessly sexualized to an absurd degree. So I can't. I love the Metal Gear Solid series. They are cool games with cool ideas. But Hideo Kojima writes stories like he's an alien trying to learn human dialogue who has Googled nanomachines too many times. Solid Snake, more like Solid Take.
All of them.
Ah! Sounds a little melodramatic, Kyle.
Gates open.
Yes, but this is my stream. And you're free to leave.
Time to bring in the car.
I like how he calls it the car. Send in the car. What do you mean needlessly sexualized? Do you mean the woman who is 80% naked who literally isn't allowed to talk? Oh, not stubborn. You're not getting the character completely right. Not only is she not allowed to talk for story reasons, but she's also more than half naked because she breathes through her skin. She also drinks through her skin, which is why you need a full cutscene of her showering and rolling around on the ground, because that's how she drinks water.
Your 60mm cannon will penetrate these heavily armored units.
Oh, I'll penetrate those units.
To destroy them.
Yes, that's so cool. See, now that I'm in battle mode and I don't have to use my other finger for this, like, I'm so much better. Like, I just annihilated those guys.
Sir, he punched through the armor, just like you said. He's searching for hostages. Keep non-essential radio chatter to a minimum. He'll be listening.
Suddenly I feel ashamed of my words and deeds, says Pratalax. First thing, Pratalax, that's a cool name. Second of all, I love that sentence. I feel ashamed of my words and deeds.
Operation Savior has begun. Each one of you has a role. Each of you knows your role. So move out of this damn city and lock it down. I want our...
Chat. Before we get off the rails, we're about to go into a very story-heavy part of that mission where we meet the Joker and stuff like that. I'm happy all of you are here. I'm happy you've all been here for our first... Don't look at my new tattoo. I'm happy you've been here for our first Scientist Plays Batman Arkham Knight. It's one of my favorite games. If you had a great time, if you learned anything today, I want you to spam your favorite emoji in the chat. Like I said at the beginning, Scientist Place is brought to you by the facility, where we explore, explain, educate, and entertain everything underneath the stars and beyond. If you want to join there at patreon.com/Kyle Hill, or just subby to the main channel, Chan. New videos coming up soon. We just had one about how reality is a controlled hallucination. Coming up next, just in time for the new Fallout series, we have Fallout's biggest and most unsolved science-y Easter egg that I've been trying to actually science for years. That will be up next. Then we'll have a Helldivers video. We'll have some of my videos from Germany. Later on, next week, I'm going to talk at a nuclear conference as a nuclear zaddy. Later this year, I'm going to catch crocodiles. Even later in the year, I'm going to the birthplace of nuclear power in the United States. What I'm saying is, chat, if you want to stay up to date with everything science-y, game-related, radioactive that we get up to here at the facility. Join this channel. You'll get notified, or subscribe to this channel. You get notified every single time we go live, so you can jump in with me and get up more than 35 science times in 3 hours. That's better. That's a better rate than American education. Subscribe to the main channel. And if you really want to show your support and talk to all of these nerds in the chat in a private, curated, and extremely nerdy Discord, that's patreon.com/Kyle Hill. That's where everyone, some of you in the chat have even pinged me with messages about different stuff on the stream already. So I hope to see all my professors there after we are done. End of the month stream tomorrow? Oh, I forgot about that. Usually, for my professors, we're supposed to have an end of the month stream at the end of every month, but I forgot that I should have done that today, and tomorrow's Easter Sunday, so maybe we do that on the 1st instead of the 31st. I messed up. That is my bad, and I will make an announcement. Where? In the private nerdy Discord. I forgot about it. I was out all day boiling eggs with a tiny chicken-shaped egg boiler. Yeah, it's an April Fool's, exactly. Chat. We have a... No, Liz, you're totally right. Liz is one of our oldest members, and I dare say best members. You reminded me. I will get to that. We will do that, Liz. I'm sorry. Chat, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If you celebrate, I hope you have a wonderful Easter. I hope you figure out how rabbits lay eggs. And remember, if it looks like it came out of a rabbit and it's an egg, that's just poop. Wherever I see you next time, next gaming stream, next office hours, which I think I'll do for the Eclipse, next main channel video, next short, next shit post on the community page on my YouTube channel. I hope until then you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, midsummer's night, cream, after morn, whatever. I'll see you soon. Stay nerdy, stay curious, and above all, be nice to each other, because this is all we got. Well, don't turn off the music right before it. I'm trying to go out on in a high note. You have to keep the